The general principle at stake regarding the entry and departure procedures at international airports are based upon the concept that governmental controls applied to air travel should be no more or less stringent than those for any other form of transportation. They should reflect the advantages of speed inherent in air travel, and states must ensure that aircraft, cargo, and passengers are not encumbered by security or crime prevention processes. The only documents that are needed by the public authorities for the entry and departure of aircraft are explained here, but it should be remembered that the migration towards an entirely electronic means of documentation exchange is upon us, and the need to carry paper reduces continuously. The International Health Regulations of the World Health Organization, WHO, state that ICAO contracting states should not interrupt air transport services for health reasons, but if, to stop a global pandemic, cessation of air traffic is considered, contracting states should first consult the World Health Organization and local authorities before any decision to suspend air travel is made. Pilots in command make a declaration of health of their crew, passengers and cargo in the General Declaration form. The General Declaration is an internationally recognized form which contains all the details of the aircraft, the flight number, date, place of departure and destination, and it is normally asked for by contracting states upon arrival. It contains details of all the flight crew and passengers and the routing of the aircraft, along with all the health declarations, and is signed by the pilot in command or by an authorized agent. It is the eventual aim of the declaration to eliminate any reference to passengers. Contracting states will not require the presentation of the General Declaration when such information is obtainable from other sources. The form is laid out in Appendix 1 to Annex 9 of the ICAO Convention. In addition to the General Declaration, passengers and cargo manifests are internationally recognized documents that detail the names of passengers and the nature of the cargo embarked upon the airplane. Contracting states may eliminate the need for passenger and cargo manifests if they accept alternative electronic forms of information dissemination or attestations from authorized agents. Operators carrying mail shall present for inspection the Form AV7, as prescribed by the Acts in Force of the Universal Postal Union for customs clearance. Contracting states shall not require the presentation of a list of the number of pieces of accompanied baggage, but operators will provide the authorities with available information when it has not been provided to the customs authority by a passenger. An oral declaration is an acceptable situation concerning the content of crew and passenger baggage. Random checks are acceptable. There is no requirement for a declaration for stores of food, oil, fuel, or expendables remaining on board, although some states still request such details. Annex 9 states that a maximum of 3 copies of each document shall be made available upon request. For examination purposes, the following numbers should be used: 2 copies of the General Declaration, 2 copies of the Cargo Manifest, and 2 copies of a simple stores list. On arrival, contracting states will not require the pilot in command to deliver more than 3 copies of the General Declaration, 3 copies of the Cargo Manifest including unaccompanied baggage, and 2 copies of a simple stores list. Documents may be printed, typewritten, or handwritten in legible form.